Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by. Welcome to the Product Management View webinar series. During the presentation, all participants will be in a listen-only mode. If you would like to ask a question during the presentation, please use the chat feature located in the lower left corner of your screen. If you need to reach an operator at any time, please press *0. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded Wednesday, May 19, 2010. I would now like to turn the conference over to Mr. Val Workman. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Susie. To those participating through ReadyTalk, Twitter, and those who will be reviewing this webinar as a podcast or flash presentation later, hello. I'd like to welcome you to this new session of the Product Management View series. I'm Val Workman from Ryma Technology Solutions, one of the sponsors of the webinar. If you'd like to present in the future in the webinar series or propose a topic by sending me an email at workmanv@rymatech.com. The PMV is all about distributing the shared experiences and understanding of members within our open product management community. And today, the PMV is the world's largest free repository of product management recordings. I'd like to pay special thank you to ReadyTalk for their generous support to this community effort, and also welcome Brianna from ReadyTalk, who continues to support these efforts. And if you've had a chance to speak in these webinar series, you'll understand the type of support and effort that ReadyTalk puts into making sure these webinars go off seamlessly. And we'd certainly like to thank them, and Brianna would love any feedback you can provide to her. And if you happen to have an opportunity to do webinars in the future, please think of ReadyTalk. This webinar is also sponsored by the LinkedIn Requirements Definition Community of Practice, or COP, which is an open community of practice for folks interested in focusing in on improving practices of requirement definition for product managers. And we'd like to encourage your participation to pitch in where you can then. I'll be your moderator today, and it's my pleasure to welcome Harry Gilbert, who will be presenting Estimating the Requirements Determination Project. The full title you'll see on the website in the ReadyTalk. Harry has a lot of experience in process improvement, and one thing he knows is the importance of getting the requirements right. If you haven't already, you should go to his website and review all the white papers he has posted there. For those of you who are using Twitter, you can follow and add additional conversation and questions using the Twitter hashtag #PMV during this webinar and continue conversation after the webinar. I'd encourage you to make comments and ask additional questions on this post as well. I'll be collecting questions throughout the presentation to address during the Q&A discussion at the end of the webinar. Please feel free to send your questions and comments to me in the chat section in the lower left corner of the ReadyTalk interface, and we'll try to respond to them. I'm now going to pass the control over to Harry to kick off this presentation. Harry?
Good morning, and welcome to the webinar. I want to cover the business basis for software requirements and how to estimate the requirements determination portion of a product development project. A lot of times a lot of people don't know what resources and time to put into this part of a project, and they misestimate it and they run into some problems. The reason that we're having this webinar is to provide a solid understanding of the business basis for requirements, how to estimate the time and resources needed to conduct the requirements determination phase of a software development project. And while we're primarily focusing on software development, the concepts here are just as applicable to any type of product development, not just software. One of the problems frequently, let me just click on here, we go. One of the problems frequently encountered when you create requirements is that you're either given technical specifications or a description of a solution rather than from a description of the problem or the business need. And my advice is don't allow yourself to fall into that trap because it can lead you into some very bad directions. Formal requirements are derived from three sources: the business, the end users, and the product. Many people assume that the product requirements are directly driven by market forces, but in reality, market forces drive the business requirements. And the foundation of and ultimate source for all requirements are the business needs of an organization. In other words, why the project is being undertaken, typically to respond to market forces. The second source is necessarily the needs of the